Getting really, really sick. My senior year in 2009, I was admitted in the hospital about 52 times, like where I had to stay overnight for multiple days. I was really sick my senior year. Anyways, so that's when I knew, like, I was getting really sick. My doctor's like, well, you need a bone marrow transplant. So my sister wasn't a match, 100% match, so that's why I never had a bone marrow transplant to begin with. If you have a sibling match that's 100% match with you, they would do a transplant right off the bat, and they wouldn't do any chemotherapy, like treatments first. They would just transplant you, and you'd get better, hopefully. But Marilena didn't match. So then we started looking in the bone marrow bank. Well, my doctors were looking. And then there was no match in the bone marrow bank. So then they looked in the International Bone Marrow Bank, and there was no match for me in there either. So then we went and talked to doctors in Boston, and they just kind of were like, oh, well, we'll see what the bank has and blah, blah, blah. Well, there was no one in the bank, and then we went to Wisconsin to talk to this doctor who was amazing. He was like, well, we have a potential person in the bank, and maybe he'll match, blah, blah, blah. So then they pulled him in for testing, or her, whatever the person was, and the match wasn't good enough, so they actually told me, the doctor called me up and was like, I have to turn down business. I can't transplant you. There's no one in the bank that's a good enough match. You wouldn't make it out of the chemotherapy because my body would shut down before my transplant. So I went back to NIH, where there's a study that was going on where they do half matches and umbilical cord blood. So umbilical cord, like when a baby's born, that umbilical cord, there's blood in there that's new blood, and all the cells in there aren't defined yet because they're still babies. So they grow up into like all your different cells in your body. So the study is where they use the baby umbilical cord blood, and they use a half match, which is either your parent or your sibling, whoever has the best HLA half match. They do all the testing for that. My sister was my half match. So they took her stem cells, and then they took the best match of the baby cord blood that they found, and then I had a bone marrow transplant with that.